All right, what's going on, dudes? And welcome to Behind the Scenes for Take Back the Night, which, in the event that you didn't see it, is the latest music video that was posted. And I'm joined by David, Bootstrap Buckaroo, and Slam Account Steven. And we're gonna look at some of the sets and some of the animation and stuff, and it should be super awesome. So, how is everyone doing?
Awesome.
Doing pretty well.
Cool. All right, well, we're starting off in the Destroyed Castle set. So, a lot of comments I actually saw on the video said, oh, wait, is this like a continuation of Fallen Kingdom, or is it a sequel to Fallen Kingdom? It definitely is. So the set here is basically where Fallen Kingdom left off as far as, like, where the destruction is. So I don't know. You want to go through, like, the render cam really quick so we can just, like, I don't know, recap the shot?
There's a map. I was looking for that map. There it is. The whole world. Yeah, sure. We can start off with taking a look at the establishing shots. Let's see here. Render cam. All right. So we have our. Apparently the render cam is not set up on this scene. Nice.
Oh. Okay. Oops. Never mind.
So establishing shot starts out here with the characters walking up. And there was, as I recall, there was actually a couple cuts that comes in between this shot to the next shot here, which establishes in this hallway here, but I think we end up having to remove that due to time constraints on editing.
Yeah, there was like 8 minutes of rendered footage, and we had to bring it down to like 5.5. So that
Sacrifices were made. Tears.
But nothing of importance to the storyline was cut. It was more just like trimming the edges off of clips here and there, and then sort of, I don't know, editing out a few establishing scenic shots.
Yeah, there was a lot of establishing shots. But, we got them out.
And remember the small details with the crown on the statue.
Oh, yeah. Crown, there it is.
I kept like telling you every time I saw the scene, remember the crown. Remember the
blessing. Because there's a lot of confusion I noticed on some of the comments and stuff is when did this occur? And obviously this happened before the final scenes in Fallen Kingdom because the king hasn't come back yet and recovered his crown from the final shots of that previous video.
So I was sort of envisioning this as taking place literally day after, hence you see like the burning embers inside the castle on the blocks and stuff. And obviously, like, the kid couldn't survive that long being kind of injured, so it's like morning after.
Yeah, they're all in hardcore mode, so if they
if they
perished, that would have been
they can't come back.
That'd be it.
Yeah, and the video would have been over, and then it just would would have nothing to do.
For everyone who's ever commented, well, if they die, they'll just respawn. No, hardcore mode. That's what we're playing on here. Well, anyway, I guess from here we could move on to like Waterfall, I suppose, and take a look at something there. By the way, we should mention that the animation in this scene was done by Steven.
Yeah, Steven did just trucked along through this entire sequence solo and got everything done in the scene.
Yep.
Yeah, we had the idea of the three villagers and them having different personalities in a way. David thought of the first villager that's falling behind and kind of he's just there just to carry their stuff. And one was more like the leader, and then more he has the end goal of finding what's going on here, and we just give them just their own little personality, so it's not just static.
Man, so much attention to detail on your end.
Waterfall. We've got a couple different waterfalls here. We have the 3 stages of waterfall.
Right. So we have waterfall kid, waterfall teen, and waterfall adult. The initial plan with the waterfall shot was to sort of have it take place in like a clearing of trees, still having the waterfall in the background, but to have sort of the camera going in a circular orbit around like Sensei and the kid fighting, and as it would pass behind trees, it would sort of fade between time periods chronologically, so it'd fade from, say, kid to teen to adult while sort of having continuous fighting moves. That was the original plan, but then it got a little bit too, it would be, I don't know,
Too lengthy, I guess.
Yeah, it would be too lengthy to do something like that, and also structuring it in the separate shot method, we could sort of have it, I don't know, sort of a figurative progression up the levels, so to speak, in that they start off at the bottom and then they end up on the middle tier, and then they end on the very highest tier of the waterfall at the end, sort of to...
Just open the same one open again? I did.
And in a way, you kind of kept to that. You know, you started at the bottom of the waterfall, went to the middle, and then you're at the top.
Yeah, so that was having the 3 separate stages rather than the one big faded like transition, like the Hakuna Matata shot is the way to best way to describe it.
I didn't even think about that. That's
yeah.
true.
So doing it this way allowed the escalation up the waterfall, as well as the village, or no, the ruins interior shot where after this scene he falls into the area, and then they check out the hieroglyphs, which David made all the little details, like those hieroglyphs and any sort of small little artwork type stuff.
Steven initially set up that scene.
No, I mean the actual like hieroglyphs themselves.
Yeah, the images, yeah.
Yeah, Steven made the ruins interior set. That one, you bring that up because that's like a really, really nice, just detailed set. By the way, the waterfall set was made by the Fire UK server dudes. They actually made the waterfall and the Herbrand's Castle,
job.
which
fabulous.
They did a really good job. You go like closer up on the hieroglyphs, yeah.
Yeah, those are so cool. The prophecy.
David and his artwork skills. Yeah, and in case we should just give like we should dwell on the hieroglyphs for a second, because the detail in there is, I think it's something that can be missed, because obviously they're only there for like
foreshadowing and everything else that's in this. Yeah. So yeah, you got your 3 wise men, and you got your child.
Should move the hat out of the way, or disable nerve curves. There we go. Okay.
Obstructing the view down in front. And then we have a character on the horse indicating traveling across land. And then the next scene has this villager pointing, and it shows, actually, move this guy's head out of the way. Move your head out of the way, sir. And your journals. Move that stuff. You're in the way.
Oh gosh, this is gruesome.
There we go. All right. So in this shot, there's the villager here, and he actually points through some of the terrains that sequentially happen on the next few sets when the hero is traveling through terrain. You got the snow one, and you got a forest one, and you got like the lava volcanic terrain going on, and it follows the path of the actual sequence of the video. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if a lot of people caught that or not.
So then I don't know if it was easy to notice, given that we didn't do a huge wide shot on adult, but this actually takes place at the very top of the waterfall, so I don't know if you want to zoom out in perspective just to sort of show where it's located. I can't remember if the
entire shot sets here or not. Oh, actually it's.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, it takes place at there's like a lake above the start of the waterfall, and that's where they're located.
That's where they started out, down here with the child, and then up here during the teen sequence, then up here during the adult sequence.
Yep.
Up on the mountain top.
So that's basically the whole transition.
Yeah, and Jordan actually plowed through all these sequences.
Yay!
All the waterfall sequences. Jordan animated all those.
I tried.
Yeah, you succeeded.
Oh, thank you.
So what we got.
Let's do monster. Let's do monster, because. Come on, who doesn't want to see monster?
Well, it's not sequential, man. We gotta cut to the pig boss.
Right, pig boss. Duh. Steven, plowed through like all the initial village animation stuff.
I think I was stuck on fight scene for like 2 weeks or something.
I had a couple. I started work on these. I did a couple villagers being animated, but they're designed to be background animations, and I had other tasks to do, so I wasn't able to continue it. And then Steven hopped up on board and took care of all the fight sequences all the way up to Pig Boss, I believe. So
this one had some revisions done to it.
Yeah, beginning because failed on my end about timing. The Sensei comes in. Well, first Ashley has his villager not doing really much of anything, and he's on
Just
the
kind of
ground.
chilling.
And then Sensei comes in and helps him off the ground, and then there's this timing issue between how long the Sensei's there before the pig boss actually shows up. And so after he shows up, they're just kind of characters just kind of standing there for a second, do 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 do, and then suddenly pig boss, you know, starts waving his ball and chain around. But
Obsidian ball and chain.
Do you want to show how the ball and chain works? Because it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's just a spline curve. Here we go. So it's kind of a funky chained IK system here, where kind of snap on or something. No. So yeah, it's just I can place the ball manually wherever I want the ball, and the chain follows suit. So lovely.
Woo!
So wherever he moves his arm, the only thing you have to watch, just if you catch a couple scenes, a couple sequences where actually the chain disconnects from the ball in a couple shots, and if you look closely in the video, you can find them.
Basically, you just have to make sure that the ball is placed in such a way that the chain will always be sort of following it at the end. Pig Boss C.
And there's a section right here that was going to be in that ended up getting cut before he throws his sword. Time constraints. So, and some of the folks that were watching a stream that I was might notice some similarities, if they recall, of this fight sequence here to a stream I was doing. The reason why was I was doing a character from Dig But Live animated in this as a placeholder, and then once that was done, so I can stream an animation that actually wasn't technically for Dig But Live, taking that animation, reskinning the characters, and whoop, pop them in here. So it was kind of a incognito mode of doing animation for the Fallen Kingdom, or the Take Back the Night.
That little mini zombie pig man.
It worked quite well.
And then I think the coolest thing of all is this. Because initially it was just going to be like he stabs him or something like that, or cuts off his arm. But this is like the best. Well,
the thing is, too, we had this portal, and it's like, okay, it's nice to have the portal. Explains how the pigmen are in the scene, but we don't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
And then eventually came up with the concept to, we can use that against the pig boss.
It's a good way to get rid of it, too. No more coming in.
So this character actually was something I tried to do about a year or 2 years ago for another related video, and it never got executed, and I kind of always wanted to bring back the giant behemoth kind of character in the sequence. So this gave me the opportunity to do it again, why I was so adamant about putting this character in.
I think it was definitely necessary.
So yeah, this scene was intensive with the food effects, with all the fire and stuff like that, the fire NATO going on, and then also a water displacement effect here when he runs across the lake. It's laggy, get the fire NATO.
And Steven did a horse run template, just experimenting.
We ended up using it.
It's been like, you see it everywhere in this shirt. Did you actually like edit it for the trotting through the water? Was that the?
A little bit, yeah. And then his bounce in it too. I adjusted his bounce in the shot, and then of course at the end he jumps up onto the terrain here, and so that was added in as well.
That horse run template was like the most useful shortcut of all time.
Yeah, like, that's a good solid horse run, Steven. So we ended up using it for like 5 different scenes.
And then again, Castle here was built by Fire UK, and it is very, very magical.
So there's a lot of characters in here that are Minecraft mobs and stuff that are just kind of been statued or petrified, or however you deem they be turned to stone. And
Petrified.
Medusa
kicks in, destroying the set. So the part here that's dynamics just happened to be this individual blocks here when the scene first starts up. Everything else in the scene ended up being manual, mainly because I didn't want to spend a bunch of time recaching dynamics, because there's stuff going all over the place. A lot of times in these sequences that happen like this, typically it's much easier actually to do manual control over everything you want to, direction you want everything to go. So since there's a lot of moving parts and walls crumbling and stuff like that, manual seemed to be the practical choice, even though it was kind of time consuming. Because I was working on this when you were working on the final fight, right?
Yeah, you cranked this out in a very, very impressive amount of time.
No, Golem, no.
As far as like just the castle, all the moving parts, that was, yeah, extremely fast. And then, I mean, the lava was pre-done at that point, I think, so you were able to just sort of plop it in.
Now, originally, this was supposed to be kind of like a stage, right, with mobs and like a crowd.
Kind of
yeah, so if we bring up the other one, it has more of that arena. Now you can.
So this is kind of the preliminary set of how it originally was designed, where, like you said, a big open-centered area, and then there's some stadium kind of set stairs carved in the rocks on the sides, and we're going to have a bunch of mobs and stuff cheering or whatnot on the edge of the scene. But realize that time constraint, because there was so much footage already, is that we wouldn't have the ability to set up these establishing shots with the characters on the arena style bandstands and stuff. So Steven did all the animation actually in this set, and then
wait, what
animation? Steven, sorry.
Oh no, Jordan.
Jordan did the scene, and you were taking this like 3 days, dude.
It was like 3 days, yeah,
nonstop. Jordan came over here to where I work, and for 3 days straight, just cranked out the sequence.
Yeah, I was there from Sunday to Sunday, so it was like 8 days.
And then I think you started on this on
Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday we started this one?
No, no, it wasn't
No, the
Tuesday.
scene.
Oh yeah, it was like
Thursday.
It was Thursday probably. Yeah,
Thursday, and for like 3 days they popped the scene out nonstop. So yeah, they're good.
So anyway, after the animation was done in the arena set, and it was decided that, oh hey, we're just gonna have it set up in the hallway. Then basically David went back in and placed blocks accordingly so that the animation would still match up. So basically remaking parts of this set so that as the characters were jumping around, the platforms they landed on would match where they were in the arena area. And it worked out. I was skeptical about that in the first place, but if there's anything I have learned, it's not to be skeptical about any of David's techniques. The slow motion was only there out of necessity as well. It wasn't there for like making it stylistic. It was because it happened so fast that
defending yourself for the.
I'm defending myself to you, which you agreed to. So
the Hollywood stuff.
No, I'd agree to it. I have a thing where unnecessary slow mo shots, but we actually ran into the situation here where he hits on real time speed. When he hits his ball, it hits it back. The flame. Fire charge back at Herobrine, it's just way too fast. Like six frames, and Herobrine gets whacked with it. So it ended up being a situation like, well, we do need to use slow-mo to make it more clear to illustrate all the action that's happening in that sequence.
Yep.
So I caved in, and ended up being this sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets hit. Falls down. Hero magically floats across the sequence. That's what's nice about camera shots. When the animation is like, there's no reason to animate the character when he's not in the set, in the shot. And so when he comes in the shot here,
boom.
Does the final.
So what everyone wants to know is Herobrine dead? Is he dead?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, looked pretty painful.
Yeah.
Herobrine was removed from Minecraft.
I think so.
It would have been hilarious if we actually put that tag.
Yeah. Just end the video with Herobrine has been removed from Minecraft.
Or even better, you do the Herobrine logging back in at the very end when it turns black.
Oh, you log back into the server. Or the worst, most cliche thing we could do is just have the eyes open at the end, like the white eyes.
After credits. Or you do it on your fade out of your video transition at the very end.
He's coming back in the next snapshot. That's
it's
how it goes.
eyes. Dun, dun, dun.
So here we have the final conclusion shot, which was kind of like we were saying at his last moment add-on, because not knowing what we wanted to do for the credit sequence. And had a concept one time we were thinking about doing the dragonfly conclusion again on the sword to continue the same rhythm of the
and then it would be someone
Kingdom.
Rebuilding the village in the background, you know.
Right. So there was actually some other stuff to it, but we realized that if we do that, we don't have any closure with after the post-Herobrine battle, and we were already running a little bit long on time on footage. So even if we did both, we wouldn't be able to air both because it would just been not enough time.
Oh, time.
Lengthwise.
Oh, time.
Unless we wanted to be awesome and do like a 9-minute video.
A 9-minute song. Get some trancey.
Or just have like 3 minutes of silence after the end. Just wind sounds.
Ambiance.
Yeah, so we got the hero exiting.
Yeah, the little cheat that I did at the end, because initially the shot was just like he walks up to the horse and then it cuts immediately to him riding away. But I was like, yeah, we should probably have him jump on the horse and then start riding away. Right. And then I was like, hey, I don't want to animate the horse starting to gallop from the start, so let's just cut it.
Still the animation that Steven already did from the other one, and kind of splice it together.
Yep.
And he did. He was able to splice it. We were able to splice the animation together.
That worked out.
He kind of rides out of the frame here, so if you notice, the horse here actually starts to, outside the camera view, starts actually running in place.
Yeah, progress.
Running. If you watch, it's hard if you have HD.
You can
on
see like
the,
a pixel running across the screen.
Yeah, you can see it running across the screen. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to locate, thanks to YouTube's wonderful compression quality.
You have a good cheat for that, though.
Yeah, it works pretty good. I actually kind of mentioned it to other people, and was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" So, yeah.
Well, I guess that was a little bit of behind the scenes. There is more like physical stuff, I guess, as far as the server rack that was used to render, which that thing was going like 24/7 for.
Actually, on the crunch time here at the office, especially that weekend, any machine that nobody's working on turns into a render machine.
Yeah.
So we can run around any idle machines, flip the switches on, and they magically turn to renderers.
All on deck.
As soon as everybody goes home, they're all dedicated to sending out, rendering out these images. Because this was first one that was full 1080, rendered out at 1080. Yep.
Lots of cores.
Yep.
Doing work.
That still baffles me, just the image sizes themselves.
Yeah.
How much more space they are. How much more space they take up.
Lots more pixels.
More pixels, foo.
Well, I guess I guess that's behind the scenes. So, thanks for watching. If you want to watch the original music video, you can totally do that. David and Steven have channels. Well, David technically has like a couple channels, I guess, but Dig Build Live is probably the channel that you should look at and stuff. Alternatively, you can look at Bootstrap Buckaroo. Steven Slamacow has a channel, Slamacow Creations, and you can totally like check him out, and you should, because Minecraft animations are pretty sweet. You will do it.
Will. I demands it.
All right.
If you want.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and you should give David and Steven a big round of applause for all the work that they put into this. So, anyway, that's that. We'll see you next time.